So, so, welcome everyone to this exciting interview segment. Today we have the pleasure of sitting down with John Reardon, star of the Hallmark movie Believe in Christmas. Join us as we delve into John's insight into his character and the challenges of filming this movie. Thank you for being here with us, John.
Thank you for having me.
So, it's a pleasure. Can you tell us a little
Thanks.
bit about your character in Believe in Christmas?
Yeah, so I play Ethan Crane on the show, and I actually am from the town which is called Christmas Land. And I grew up there, and then I moved away to Chicago, and now I'm coming back. My mom uh, runs an inn in Christmas Land, and so I come back during the holidays to help her with all the customers, and so that sort of sets up um, a potential romance with somebody who's staying in the inn.
Okay. And what initially attracted you to your role in this movie?
Well, the thing that made me the most excited is that I get to do the movie with my wife, who is Meghan Ory.
Yeah.
And so uh, the romance is between us, which is nice to there wasn't much need for developing chemistry because that was already there. So, uh, um, and we always joke that we have three kids, so we had to get a job together to actually be able to see each other because we're so busy otherwise.
Yeah. And what do you think makes this movie so special and captivating?
I think that it's well, for one, I think that the cast that we had on the show was great. All the supporting cast that we had were incredible. And I really liked the story. The story um, is about this town, Christmas Land, where people come. It's kind of like almost like a Disneyland for Christmas. But it sort of showed behind all the glitz of Christmas and obviously the commercialism. There's other messages and uh, other aspects of Christmas, of mostly being together and being with the people that you care about, that are the most important parts. So I think that it was kind of I thought it was very sweet. A lot of the sort of sentiments that sort of play out in the movie. So yeah, I think the script was definitely something that really drew us to the movie.
Amazing. And how was the environment on set with your wife and all the casting crew?
It was great. It was yeah, it was I work with one of the actors, Kevin Hanchard. I had worked with him on Hudson and Rex, so he was a good friend of mine. And Megan had worked with several of the other actors on the show in a movie that she had done the year before, so we all kind of knew each other. And it also shot in my hometown, so there was a lot of familiar faces, and hometown of Halifax, Nova Scotia. Um, and we even got to use some of um, my family's locations. We shot in my sister's house for the inn, and in my parents' cottage for a cabin. So it was fun. I hadn't shot in my hometown in about 20 years, so that was pretty cool.
Amazing. And
Um,
what can you tease about your character journey?
well, he may or may not find love. I think the chances are he will. considering the nature of the movie. But I think his desire to move from Chicago back to his hometown in the country probably is, he's missing one piece, which is finding his partner. So I think that's sort of uh, the premise of the show is uh, hopefully in the end they find love. So hopefully his character journey is from a place of not having that yet to a place where it's abundant.
Great.
You know,
What was your favorite scene or moment while filming this movie?
I had a really fun scene where I was cooking with Megan. We're baking cookies, and the script calls for us to kind of throw flour at each other a little bit and have this like this kind of sweet flour fight. Um, but I took way too much flour and completely covered Megan when I threw it at her. So it was a little bit more than had been intended, but then she retaliated. So it ended up being an actual legit food fight. Um, and and that ended up being in the movie. So it really we went a little overboard, but I think it was actually pretty fun in the end. So I think it was a pretty funny scene.
Great. So, change of subject about a TV show that you are the leader. What can you share about your experience on the TV show Hudson and Rex?
Well, uh, anytime you get to work with an animal on set, I feel is a really great opportunity. And um, I Diesel, who plays Rex on the show, uh, I've become very close with, and I really enjoy working with him, and as well as all my other non furry castmates. But I just really enjoyed the opportunity to um, have have an animal on set every day and to work in a spontaneous environment with an animal. You're not always sure what they're going to do. So um, and to be able to work with such a well-trained dog, Sherry Davis, the trainer, it's incredible how she helps to create this incredible a narrative for and for what they can do on camera. So that was just a real pleasure. I really enjoyed that, and I also really loved filming in Newfoundland as well.
Amazing. And what can you tease about the upcoming episode of Hudson and Rex? Sorry.
Well, I think there's going to be a lot of the same uh, action adventure, a lot of the same relationship stuff with Hudson and Rex, and a lot of great scenery from Newfoundland.
Great. So, change of subject again. This is a question I made to all the artists I have the chance and the pleasure to talk with. What have been some of the most memorable projects you have worked on throughout your career, and why for you?
Um, that's a great question. Uh, one of certainly one of my favorite projects I ever worked on was a show called Merlin's Apprentice, which was almost 20 years ago. It's where I met my wife.
Oh,
So that's very special. That's very special to me. I had a lot of fun. I filmed in Vancouver, Canada. Um, and uh, and then I think um, the opportunity to be on Hudson and Rex has been a real pleasure. I just love the people that I work with and love the um, product that we create. And one of the things that I enjoy so much is that so many people across the whole world. It's an international show, so I love that I hear from people all over the globe about how much they enjoy the show. So I think that's pretty special because oftentimes, um, a show doesn't have such a wide reach. So uh, it's been a real pleasure.
great. So, a quick question. At Variety shows, we are big fans of Christmas rom-coms.
Yes,
What is your all-time favorite?
that is a very good question. I think I'll go with Love Actually.
Great.
Love Actually. I think it was. I think one of the things that I liked about it is there was so many different stories about love through the whole thing, and so it wasn't just specific to one aspect of it, and uh, uh, and it was incredibly funny and charming, and you know, well acted, and so yeah, I'd say Love Actually.
I agree. Perfect.
Oh, good. Hey, right on. Good taste.
Yeah. So, the last question. Can you tease something about your next projects?
Yes. I have a project coming out in January that's called Disrepair. And it's a little bit of a different project um, than Hudson and Rex. It's a story about the opioid crisis so it's a little bit more. It's a more of sort of a serious uh, content about one family's struggle with someone who's struggled with opioid addiction, and just worked with a great group of filmmakers in Toronto just this past year, and it's a six-part series. And I think it touches on a lot of really sensitive topics that uh, you know are challenging for a lot of people. So I think it was a really um, uh, it was a very interesting project to work on, and I think that may be helpful for a lot of people to watch. So I think I'm excited for it to come out and see how people like it.
Great. That's good. So this is
Awesome.
it. Make sure, all of you, to watch Believing Christmas on Hallmark Channel this Friday night. And thank you, John, to join us today.
Thank you, Desiree. It was a pleasure.
It's a pleasure for me. And thank you all for watching. Bye!